Hello, welcome to this 30-minute power yoga practice. We'll start in a wide leg child's pose, so just taking the knees out to the edges of the mat, drawing the big toes to touch, and just gently walking the hands forward, softly lowering the forehead down towards the mat. Just start to draw your attention now to your breath, and just focusing on every inhale, and seeing if you can lengthen every exhale. Just take this moment here to set an intention for your practice, something you can come back to, just a word or a thought, and taking a big inhale together, releasing everything as you exhale, and gently lifting the gaze up towards the hands will shift the weight forwards, bringing the knees so they stack underneath the hips, and drawing the hands back so they stack underneath the shoulders. We'll take an inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze up high for our cow pose. And exhale, tucking the tailbone under, rounding the spine for our cat. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. Exhale, rounding through the spine. And just keep going with this movement, enjoying the fluidity of the spine. Maybe even closing down the eyes if that feels good. And gently coming to find a neutral spine, we'll take an inhale to extend the right leg away, flexing the right toes, lifting in the core and lifting the left arm away. We'll exhale, drawing the elbow to the knee. Inhale, lengthening away. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, find length. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthening away and then pointing the right toes up towards the sky, reaching behind with the left arm. Option to catch the foot in the hand and maybe even kicking the foot into the hand, arching through the spine, lifting the gaze. Just finding your variation for one more round of breath. And lengthening the arm away, releasing the left hand down to the mat. We'll just pulse the right toes up towards the sky. Really thinking of engaging in the glutes here. Just moving as quickly or as slowly as feels good in your body. Then lengthening the right leg away, drawing the right foot out towards the side, dropping the right foot down and sinking the hips back towards the heel for a one-leg child's pose, reaching the arms away and just gently lowering the forehead down to the mat. Just deepening the breath. And then lifting the gaze to the hands, shifting the weight back forwards, seeing if you can reach the right leg away before sweeping it to the back. And drawing the right knee in towards the chest, planting the foot down between the hands, using the hands maybe to guide the foot forwards. We'll take an inhale, reaching the arms up high for a low lunge. And exhale to twist, dropping the right arm back. Maybe even taking the gaze back with you. And then windmilling the left hand down, then the right. And stepping all the way back to find your downward facing dog. Taking any movement that feels good here in your down dog. Just really pressing into all four corners of the palm. We'll take an inhale, rounding through the spine, shifting the weight forwards to plank. And taking a soft bend into the knees, lifting the hips high to downward facing dog. Keeping going with this movement, moving in your own time, flowing through your plank and knees high to down dog. And gently begin to lower the knees down to hover an inch away off the mat. And untucking the toes, coming back to find your all fours position. We'll extend the left leg away this time, finding that one long line behind, lifting in the core and reaching away with that right arm, finding one long line, taking an inhale and exhale, drawing the elbow to the knee. Inhale, reaching away. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reaching away. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reaching away. And pointing the left toes up to the sky, reaching behind with the right arm, kicking the foot into the hand, lifting up in the chest for our tiger curl, but taking any variation that feels good. Reaching away back with that right arm, keeping the leg where it is, releasing the right hand down to the mat and taking those small pulses up with the left leg, just engaging in the glute and listening to your body moving as slowly or as quickly that feels good. And gently extending the left leg away, reaching it round to the side, planting the foot down with the leg out long, and sinking the hips back towards the heel for a one-leg child's pose. Taking one more round of breath here. And lifting the gaze, shifting the weight forwards to the hands, seeing if you can extend that left leg away before reaching all the way round to the back, drawing the knee in towards the chest and planting the foot down between the hands, taking an inhale to reach up high with the arms for our low lunge. And finding our twist, dropping the left arm back, right arm forwards. And then windmilling the right hand down, then the left, tucking the back toes, lifting in the back knee, and stepping all the way back to find your downward facing dog. Finding that movement that feels good in your body. And finding stillness in your down dog now. We'll take those spinal waves forward, coming all the way back to find your plank option to sink the hips down for your upward facing dog this time. And reaching the hips back for your downward facing dog. Moving through your spinal waves to plank, or maybe finding your up dog by sinking the hips down, knees hovering. And hips high, downward facing dog. Taking one more round. Just pausing in your down dog for a moment. We'll lift the left leg up high for three-legged dog. Begin to take some toe taps, so just tapping the left toe down to the mat and then reaching all the way back up high for three-legged dog. Just thinking of engaging in the glute. Drawing the left knee to tap towards left elbow, three-legged dog, and taking that toe tap down to the mat and back up. Drawing the left knee over to the right elbow, reaching away and taking that toe tap down to the mat and back up. Taking the left knee in towards the center and holding here. And seeing if you can draw the foot in between the hands, maybe using the hands to guide the foot all the way forwards. Inhale, reaching the arms away, coming up to your high lunge. We'll fly the arms back, shifting the weight over that front thigh. Then reaching the arms out to the sides all the way up, drawing the biceps to the ears and releasing the spine back up to neutral. Dropping the back knee down just to hover an inch away from the mat. Inhale, extending that leg away, flying the arms back, shifting the weight forwards over that front thigh, reaching the arms above the head, biceps to the ears, and finding a neutral spine, tapping the back knee down just to hover, and extending away, we'll find a flow. Inhale, flying the arms back, reaching the arms away, drawing biceps to the ears, spine up to neutral, and dropping the back knee to hover. And releasing the hands down to the mat, stepping back to find your plank, and taking your option of vinyasa, lowering the body down through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra, and exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Taking some deep breaths here just to settle. Inhale, drawing the right leg up high for three-legged dog this time. And taking that tap down to the mat and extending the leg all the way back up. So just engaging through the glutes. This time drawing the right knee to tap towards right elbow, extending the leg away and then taking that toe tap down and back up. Drawing the right knee across the body to tap towards left elbow, extending the leg away and tapping all the way down and back up. Drawing the right knee in towards the chest this time, holding here. And then planting the foot down between the hands, reaching the arms all the way up high as you come up to find your high lunge. And begin to fly the arms back behind you, allowing the chest to reach forwards, leaning over that front thigh. Reaching the arms away, drawing the biceps slowly towards the ears. Releasing the spine up to neutral. And dropping the back knee just to hover an inch away from the mat. And extending that back leg away, high lunge. Inhale, flying the arms back. Exhale, reaching the arms all the way, biceps to the ears. Inhale, neutral spine. And exhale, dropping the back knee to hover. Extending the leg away, we fly the arms back, finding our flow. Reaching the arms forwards, finding that neutral spine. And dropping the back knee just to hover. Releasing the hands down to frame the front foot, stepping back to find your plank. And moving through your vinyasa. Just meeting in downward facing dog whenever you're ready. Taking some deep breaths here. We'll inhale to roll the spine forwards to find our plank. Just reaching away with the left arm, releasing back down to plank. Reaching the right arm, back down. Reaching the left toes, back down. Reaching away with the right toes and back down. And pivoting onto the left arm, reaching up high with the right for a side plank. An option to point the toes of the top foot to the inner leg. Holding here or maybe tapping the toes back and forward over that supporting leg. Coming back to your side plank, releasing the hand down and flowing through your option of vinyasa. We'll find a twist, so just taking the weight into the right hand, reaching the left hand for the outside of the right ankle. Releasing back down and switching side, gazing up towards the left armpit, reaching behind with the right arm towards the left ankle. Coming back to find center. We'll spinal wave all the way forwards to find that plank. Finding those reach away with each limbs, reaching over the right arm, then the left. Extending the right toes, and then the left toes. Pivoting over, planting the right hand down, reaching up high with the left arm. Finding your side plank, staying here, or maybe taking the top leg up. And maybe even tapping the toes forwards and back for an extra challenge. Just finding your variation for one last moment. Coming back to side plank, releasing back to center and moving through your option of vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Bringing the gaze up towards the hands, stepping one foot then the other up to the top of the mat. Bringing the hands to the shin, finding one long spine for halfway lift. And exhale, taking a forward fold. Soft bend into the knees, rolling up through the spine all the way up to standing. We'll inhale, reaching the arms up towards the sky. And exhale, bringing the hands down to prayer at heart center. Bringing the big toes to touch, small gap between the heels will sink the hips down towards our chair pose, sweeping the arms up high, biceps to the ears. Bringing the hands to prayer at heart center, we'll twist over to the right side, dropping the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh, pressing the elbow and thigh together to help you twist and gazing towards the back elbow. An option to extend the arms, so one shoulder stacking on top of the other, reaching the arms away. Releasing the arms back for a twist, and reaching the arms away back for our chair pose. Bringing the hands back to prayer at heart center and twisting over to the opposite side, dropping the right elbow down to the left thigh. Pressing that elbow and thigh together as you gaze back towards the left elbow, an option to sweep the arms up high. An option to extend the arms away, allowing the back arm to fall back to a twist, reaching the arms away, biceps to the ears. Sinking all the way down, allowing the hips to just meet the mat, and releasing the legs up to find our boat pose. Maybe the hands rest behind the thighs for support. Maybe extending them out beside you and just tapping the toes down one then the other, engaging through the core. Taking an inhale to hold for one more moment, and then crossing the legs, taking the hands out in front of you, walking the legs and arms back to find your all fours position. We'll draw the left knee forwards towards the left wrist, finding a backward seven, reaching the right leg away, lifting the chest up high for our pigeon pose, and walking the hands forward, maybe coming down to the elbows or extending the arms away, finding where you want to hold for a few rounds of breath. And gently walking the hands back in towards you, lifting in the spine. And then turning the back leg in slightly, so creating a zigzag with the legs. And leaning over towards that front leg, walking the arms back. So you can come onto the elbows, or maybe lying all the way down. An option to take that left ankle on top of the right thigh, creating some extra weight if you want to increase your quad stretch here. Just drawing your focus back to your breath. Releasing the spine all the way round to the left side, coming all the way back up to sitting. And picking up the right leg and standing it over the left, hugging the right arm towards the left thigh. And gazing over the right shoulder for a twist. Releasing the spinal twist, just taking the hands out in front of you, standing into that right foot and stepping back one then the other to find your plank, taking another optional vinyasa, or coming straight to downward facing dog. And gently lowering the knees back down to the mat, drawing the right knee forwards to right wrist, finding that backward 7, extending the back leg away for your pigeon pose, and gently walking the hands out in front of you. Just breathing deeply into the muscles that feel tight here. And gently walking the hands in towards you, bringing the spine back up to center, just taking the left leg in, walking the hands round to the right thigh, coming back onto the elbows or maybe flat onto the back if that feels good today. Hands can rest on the hips and maybe that right foot crosses over on top of the left thigh to increase the stretch. When you're ready, uncrossing that right foot, leaning over towards the right side, bringing yourself back up to sitting, picking up the left leg, standing it over the right thigh, releasing the left fingertips behind you, gazing over that left shoulder for your twist. Releasing the twist of the spine, taking the hands out in front of you, stepping back one foot then the other to find your plank, and moving through an optional vinyasa, and meeting in downward facing dog. And just stepping the feet wide to the edges of the mat, bringing the heels in slightly, toes out so they're on a diagonal. Walking the hands in towards you as you sink the hips down to find our yogi squat, our malasana. And taking the arms on the insides of the knees, pressing the arms and knees together to create some resistance. And see if you can extend the arms away, drawing the biceps to the ears. Still thinking you're pressing out in those knees. And when you're ready, sinking the hips down, coming all the way to sitting, drawing the soles of the feet together, and coming to find your butterfly pose. Maybe even folding over the legs today, just seeing how your hips are feeling. Releasing the spine, coming up to neutral, and shifting all the way forwards to the top of the mat, taking a slow roll down to lying. Just drawing the feet in towards you, allowing the feet to stack underneath the hips, arms down beside you, and just pressing the hips up towards the sky for our bridge pose. And rolling through the spine all the way back down to lying. Inhale, rolling up through the spine, pressing the glutes up high. Maybe even interlacing the fingers behind the lower back and walking the shoulders underneath you to create some extra lift. Releasing the hands and rolling down through the spine, coming back to lying. And just tucking one knee into the chest and the other, wrapping the arms around the shins, giving them a gentle squeeze. And taking the arms on the inside of the legs, peace fingers around the big toe or hands around the pinky edge side of the feet. Drawing the knees in towards the armpits for your happy baby. When you're ready, releasing the knees back in towards the chest, giving them one last squeeze with your inhale. And exhale, releasing the legs all the way out long, down towards the mat. Taking your arms down beside you, palms facing up. And gently lowering down the eyes. Gifting yourself these last few moments for total rest. Allowing the mind to feel easy. The body to feel easy. Maybe coming back to your intention that you set for yourself. Just as your focus for these last few moments here. And feel free to pause this video and just stay here in your Shavasana for as long as feels good. If you'd like to come out with me, just rolling over onto one side. Gently guiding yourself up to a comfortable seated position, keeping the eyes down if you can. Placing one hand over the heart and the other hand on top. And dropping the chin down, bowing down to yourself. And just take this moment to thank yourself for showing up for your practice today. Thank your body for all of its strength and flexibility and its capability to carry you through that strong practice. And just sending your love and your gratitude to someone that you'd like to. And taking a big inhale, reaching the arms all the way out to the sides and up to the sky, allowing the palms to release down to heart center in prayer. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.